Do you want to win against white's e4 and d4? Do you want to destroy e4 and d4, or do you want to mate white easily with this new aggressive opening that I'm gonna teach you today? And this opening starts with e4. What is the best response against that? And so we are gonna go d6. After we give them the whole center of the d4 move, we will go pawn to e5. And that, folks, is our opening. And we're attacking the pawn on d4. And if they do take our pawn on e5, because of the fact that they have a motive, if we take back, they will take back our queen. And now if we take back with our king, we cannot castle. We are gonna go for the move knight to c6. And as you can see already, they're falling behind in development. They cannot really go and push the pawn forward because it will get obliterated by this bishop. Only option it can do actually is to take, because if it just gets left there, it's a free pawn. We're just gonna take the free pawn. And so we'll take the pawn on d6. This is by far the most popular response for white. If we take back with the bishop on d6, we have already 2 pieces developed, while all of their pieces are on the back rank. A lot of opponents might go knight to f3, developing their knight because it is the most natural move. And so we're gonna go and pin that knight on g4. And now it cannot move. And if that knight goes anywhere, we'll take his queen. If they go here, bishop to e2, unpinning their knight from the queen, we are gonna go queen to e7. That attacks the pawn on e4. What will they do though is go knight to c3, now developing 3 of his pieces completely. Us will castle. The most common response that white will do is castle or go bishop to d2. Let's go first off the line where white gets destroyed. And so if they castle, that is a problem, because after we go here, bishop to h2, that is a discovered attack to the queen on d1. Not only that, it's a check to the king on g1. So the best response is taking, and we'll take back the queen. And so folks, this is why this opening is aggressive. You have so much development and so many open lines that the rook can just come here and have this open file already on the board instantly. And also this bishop gonna open up later, which might be helpful for some tactics if he goes and castles there. e4, d6, and with the same opening, what if they go knight to f3 instead? We will go bishop to g4, still having the same line of trying to pin that knight and the queen on d1. A lot of opponents will go actually pawn takes e5. Well then folks, if they do take that pawn, we will not take the pawn. Guess what? We're not gonna take the pawn like the last line. And so folks, we will go knight to c6. Very effective move, which attacks the pawn yet again another time. We will be winning that pawn if he doesn't move it. But folks, what if he takes our pawn yet again on d6? So folks, we will just take it with a bishop on d6. And so we got 3 pieces developed with the same position with more development than white. They might go bishop to d3 because it leads to much more better development. We are gonna go queen to e7. Attack that pawn on e4 another time. They might just not react to it. In fact, the most natural move in this position, or the most popular move, is castles. And then folks, we're just gonna go castle the same way. But folks, there's a problem here, because after knight to c3, we can go knight to e5, pressuring that knight more on f3. And so if they go back, defend that knight on f3 with bishop to e2, you know there's something wrong here. Because when we do take the knight on f3, they missed the fact, if they take, we will take back the pawn on h2. And so that is a check. The same lines have been done again. The better thing to do here is to take the bishop. And not only that, you can just actually not take the queen for it. You can go queen here on h4 instead of taking the queen right away. Because of that in-between move, you defended your bishop on g4, which was attacked a while ago. They might go back with a king to g1. We will go and take the queen yet again. If they take back a rook, they will most likely go here because it is defended now by the rook. Best response here according to the computer for white is to take the bishop, not the rook. I don't know why. Because if they take the rook on d1, we will have more piece activity all of a sudden, and we're just gonna attack with this very exposed king. And we have already an artillery here with our queen going to attack the white king. Let's go to the other lines. This line is very aggressive. I dare you to play with this line, and also it's a very mischievous. So many traps in this opening. What if in this opening, in this particular line, when we castle, what if they don't castle and not get trapped over here with this discovered attack on the queen on d1? Folks, they might go for the move bishop to d2, anticipating the move of us going there, checking them with castles if they do castle board. And so if we take the knight on f3, they take back with their bishop, we will go bishop to f4. And now suddenly, the pressure gains upon him on his bishop on d2. This is a very good trap for an opponent to go wrong to. A lot of opponents, 1,000 people, go knight to d5, and yet it is the most popular response. And now we won a free knight, and if they take our rook, that's game over because we're gonna take his king. But folks, the best move here is this. And so what will happen is that we'll just take the free bishop. Gonna take the rook with the queen because it's protected by the bishop on f4. This is why this opening is great. So many traps. Everything leads to a trap because of the fact we opened so much lines in this opening. And so now, I'm gonna show you the d4 part. And so folks, d4 over here is something similar because now we will go pawn to e5 this time, not going for the first passive move d6. And so folks, this is what makes it a difference. They can see that they can take our free pawn. If we go pawn to d6, attacking their pawn on e5, well then folks, because they have no other choice than to take back, because if they don't take back and push, it will get obliterated again by the bishop if they take our pawn. Well then folks, we will take back with the bishop on d6. Extra development than our opponent. And so if they go knight to f3, trying to gain back their development, we go develop our knight, and a lot of lines go e3, their own bishop. Well, of course, yeah, that is a very natural move to go into. And if we go bishop to g4, trying to pin their knight to the queen, the same position, of course. Well then folks, if they go and unpin their knight with the bishop, we will go queen to e7, like the other position a while ago. And so if they go here, castles, we will castle again. As you can see, we actually have the same position as a while ago. If they don't cover up with a bishop, instead of going here, well then folks, this is a trap. Another trap. And if they take, we will take their queen. We won plus 1 point of material. We got plus 2.3 advantage according to the computer. With this exposed king right here, and this bishop, which is a monster, and also this queen, already going to go there and attack the king. But of course, it's not gonna go there with this knight, and it will have to trade. So let's go to the last line that we'll be discussing today. d4, e5, 1 to d4, and so folks, knight to f3. If your opponent is known to be strong, or maybe even a 300 that is very strong, you know that's not even a 300. Maybe that's a 1000 playing as a 300, or maybe at 2000, or maybe Hikaru trying to beat you in chess with 300 elo because of a speedrun. And so folks, if they go knight to f3, defending the pawn on e5, strong move. We will go knight to c6. They know that this is very aggressive for us if they take that. But if they go here, bishop here on f4, trying to defend that yet again from the knight and the pawn. Well then folks, we will go bishop to g4, and that pins the knight to the pawn. And a lot of people and a lot of strong players take the pawn on d6. We will go queen to f6, which is a very mischievous move. It is a triple fork of the bishop on f4, the pawn on b2, and not only that, the pawn on d6. And so a lot of opponents might defend it or not defend it. And so the most popular move in this position is try to defend it with queen here. And we will just take the free pawn patiently with bishop to d6. Still get the upper hand because after this trade, of course, we have the upper development. And now we're just gonna castle over here faster than him. So this was what makes this opening so powerful. It is for speed, more development, plus having more aggressiveness in the opening, and the pieces are so active. Let me know if you want a sequel to this video or a part 2 to this video. I will go and make another one if you guys want to. In this line, where we go and have the d4 pawn line again, said that earlier, they might go and try to get distracted by this knight move. And we will go and discover, check them, and attack their queen on d1. But folks, they're strong, right? A lot of players are strong. That's natural. So they might go bishop to d2. And so folks, we will go knight to f6, still having the lead in development. And if they go and attack our bishop on h3, which they might will, well then folks, we will go pawn to h5, trying to defend that bishop. Why are we doing this? Because of the fact if they take with the bishop, we're gonna take back with the pawn, attacking their knight. And so if they go and try to get rid of their knight, there's something wrong. Because after this, The only move they can go is here. And if they go there, well then folks, we will go queen to e4. And so folks, if that happens, they're dead meat because of the fact that we are already on the voyage to mate him already. It's literally mate in 11 according to the computer. And if they do something like a mistake of this, well then folks, that's mate in 5. And I will guarantee you, in this line, you will win 100% of the time. I mean, look at the elo bar. It's mate in 12. So folks, I think those are all the lines if I did not miss anything again. So I think I did not discuss this yet, but knight to c3 is another line. Just developing another knight. We will just go pin the knight to a pawn, and so we will go queen to e7. And if they go and unpin their own queen, we will just go castle, and they will most likely castle. And so get this exact same position. Funnily enough, we will just take the queen again. And so folks, those are all the lines. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please press the like button. It would be very appreciated, right? Okay. So also please press subscribe if you want to make me more videos like this. There's a new Discord link community in the community page in our channel. See you guys in the next video. This opening is very aggressive. A lot of traps. I recommend you to try it. Very aggressive because of the fact you got so many open knights, so many developed pieces. I recommend you to try it. Maybe if it's even the best opening against d4 or e4, especially with e4. If you don't trust me on this one, on e4 or on d4, you can check out this video over here to check if there's a better opening in this one. So see you guys in the next video. Peace out.